Anyways, we're back. So, welcome guys back again. We're in part 2. Yeah. We're in part 2 of Life as Someone That Hates Reading. It's me.
Wow.
First off, let me start, okay? Thank you for your support, guys. Last video blew up. I actually got more followers due to it. Thank you guys for the support and everything else.
Thank you so
Stay locked in, guys. Keep on bringing them people. Let's create a family. Let's make a world. So yeah, last time I was talking about Le Mariage de Figaro and how I was only left with that to do for my exams, and basically I was settled for the exams. So now let's talk about, I'm genuinely feeling you in my mouth. So anyways, right, let's talk about this. First of all, no makeup look. Anyways, so I stopped on this book. Basically I really like this book, okay? It's more like a nice comedy, actually. And yeah, what about it? Now we're set for exams. We didn't really study, honestly. At some point the teacher came to us and he was like, y'all gotta buy your books so we can go for our paper. And as a common class, we live in a country where you can't really have access to this type of books that easily. So we had to ship them from another country. Shout out to my friend's dad. He was in France, so he offered to buy for us the books. And we ended up being a math class at some point because we had to calculate how much is one book, how much you need, and yeah, gratefully this man brought us our books, and after devising our money and everything like that, we found out it was not enough, so we had to for another portion of books. I was good. I even ordered an extra book, to be honest. I bought the second part of this. I loved it too much that I actually bought the second part. I don't know where it is right now. It's in my books up there. But I bought the second part. This is how good it was to me. I really love it. Le Mariage de Figaro. Honestly, now I understand why she kept it for herself, okay? Now I understand. Anyways, so we started reading. I was done reading this, and then I had Le Mariage Un Secret and Bonjour Tristesse to read. Bonjour Tristesse, I never read it until I'm not gonna lie, the term of the exams, I read it that term.
Wow.
Actually.
Bruh.
I'm the only one who chose this, so I had to study it alone and everything. But I honestly mastered the story, all of the story to myself. So I didn't really need anyone to help me around with it. But anyways, let me talk to you guys about how the exams were, right? In these conditions, I read 2 books fully. I was done with the last book before the exams, and I saw the movie 3 times in a row, because while we were watching the movies to prepare ourselves for the exams, we kept on having incoming students in our class, and they literally came a term before the exams. So that was stressful. So we had to show them the movies. They're so funny because how do you come so late for the exams? We showed you the movies and you're more distracted than us who actually watched the movies already. Because we already watched the movie and we proposed because we had nothing to do in class and we didn't want to study. So we proposed to the teacher that we rewatch the movie for the guys to watch. Let me tell you, the guy in person was a joker. He was actually a joker to us because he just came in the school and he was so appreciated. Shout out to him, he was the best. And he just kept on mentioning making jokes and everything, and we would be more distracted. And like I saw that movie so many times just because we had to replay it again and again for him. And after getting through that, the guy was literally not paying attention to it. He was more like, let's talk guys and stuff like that. So we just left him off, and we were like, we're gonna teach you the story later on anyways. And yeah, that happened, and that's how we left it. Anyways, we go for the paper. Let me tell you, right? Paper 4. Let's talk about paper 4 now. Let's talk about paper 4. Paper 4, we were not ready. We were stressed about it. Plus the teacher always, I told you guys already, the teacher kept on taking paper 1, paper 2, paper 1, paper 2 all the time. So like we never actually, paper 1, oh my bad, it was paper 2, paper 3. Oh wow, it's paper 2, paper 3. Paper 1 is speaking. But yeah, we were not set for speaking or text. And text was the most intimidating one because it carried most of the marks, and it was more challenging. Like if you don't really know the story, because they can ask you any single question about the whole book. Like you read the whole book, right? But like the question is gonna come out of, you know, this scene. They'll show you, like they'll rewrite the whole scene, and they'll ask you what was the meaning of the ruban. Literally, like, what's the meaning of the ruban? Basically, if you get the idea of it, somehow you just find yourself rewriting the whole story at the end of the day. Where was I? I don't remember. So after retaking this movie again and again, like actually it was stuck in our heads. Like you can ask me so many questions about these books, I'll actually respond to you like exactly with statistics because it's stuck in my head. You ask me who and who, I'll describe you which person exactly did this in which scene in the book. Okay, not that did. Let's talk about Bonjour Tristesse. Is the perfect example for this, right? Bonjour Tristesse in the movie is more like she's being dramatic. She sees her boyfriend sometimes, she does some plot, she feels bad about the plot, she gets drunk, the woman dies, and she feels sad. That's all. But the book talks about so much more. Like the book talks about that base. Then after it describes to us exactly how much she hates this woman. Then we had countless discussions over this because they don't collide. They have so many differences, and we go to the teacher's note paper to find out that everything is capped in it. We're having hypotheses we're bringing together for a debate between the fact that this person dies, no, they don't die, they're sick, no. Then I'm like, nah, it was in the paper the teacher gave us. We go back in the paper, I find the page. After finding that page, I feel like I dead, like I killed the debate, like it's right here, can you not see? Would they all accept that I won? Then we actually go through the teacher's page, everything is wrong about it. And we're like, this nigga has been selling us cap. We love teaching. But anyways, that happened. Now let's talk about how we entered like the exam, like after that, like exam room for the first time. It wasn't like exam room, it was mock exams, and that was the first time we actually did the paper of paper 4. And before we only had like some sample past papers on the internet, there were not many because many people didn't really do the class as much. I remember getting out of this paper. I was getting out, and like my other friends, I have my science G's, they were also coming out of the paper, and I'm the one that yaps the most in the group. Bro, I came out of the paper, I was like this. Like I genuinely didn't know what to say about this. I get out of the paper, I'm like this. I'm like, I remember that day so clearly, talking with my friend Greg, and they were like having some discussion stuff, and I'm the one in the middle. I genuinely know both parts and I know everything about the story, and normally I'm supposed to add my spice in it. Bro, they were like, Jen, add something, and I'm like, but actually that paper, I actually didn't fail it. Loki, that mock exam, I was so dramatic about it, but we received the papers and I was really not that bad. Honestly, I had a good mark. If you know my situation, let's say if you come from no vision or a school like no vision, you will know that leaving empty spaces is not the right answer. It's not the right. I genuinely entered that paper. While we entered that paper, it was so funny because like we looked at each other. I see my ugly card, my exam card on the page, on the table, and I'm like, I'm here again. That was my last exam, to be honest. That was my last exam. So like I was like, once I'm done writing this, I'm done with high school. So I enter and I look at all of my friends. This one woman, because we always look at each other before the exam, but like the look at each other is like, let's see who finishes first because it's French. Oh my god, this one, it was more like, good luck, good luck. We'll make it through, we'll make it through. And then I entered, and this is when you realize there's this humble voice that comes in your mind.
Don't worry, you don't need it. Don't worry. If you use it, you waste time. And if you waste time, you will not be able to finish like in mock exams. No. So go on, answer the paper, and don't use the book.
You know that humble voice? That humble voice literally comes in everyone's mind before the exam. Maybe the few people genuinely ignored it. I don't know if they were ignoring it or something, but genuinely, if you hear this voice, listen to it.
A few minutes later.
I'm tired of school. So yeah, drink some water. So like, just memorize it, okay? I had this thing like the 3 books. I went in the paper and I lent one of my books. Like I gave one of my books to someone else that was not ready for the paper. Because I mastered up my stories at this point. I just didn't need the book. So I gave it to him. But at some point in the paper, I did need it. Because I knew that in the first page, they had this thing where they give you like the dates. They allowed me to enter with these books. Actually, let me think about it, right? This book has answers and questions. Answers and questions. Like, genuinely, I can't even find it. Where is it? These pages are full of answers and questions, literally. But like, I didn't use it. I honestly don't feel the need of cheating in an exam after studying 6 years in high school. So I ignored it. But like, just know that don't waste your time on it. And I used to be in that paper, right? Being an English student gives you that thing that you have, you know that you're not allowed. You're not allowed to waste time. You see the length on the question and everything, and you just know that you have this specific amount of time that you're gonna spend on this question. So like, you don't have time to flip around the pages. And I was in the paper, and you have this type of pressure when you're like, you're trying to do your paper, and then like, I had the paragraphs placed in my paper pills for this book, and I just had some fidgeting time just to find that page and mark it open, because at some point you would need to look like a paragraph before it just to find an answer or something, or like something that's gonna hook your question. So I went through it, I placed it on the side, and maybe like 10 minutes after I went back inside just to read a few lines. And generally that's how I used it. Like I kept on switching into it like every 10 minutes or so for each book. And I had, God was with me because I had time to finish all of my questions. Like I actually finished all my questions. And the thing is, when you feel like you're done, right? It's good enough. And now you're just cross-checking because you don't really know it's my last paper, okay? I was not even thinking about the fact that I'm done with high school. So I feel like I'm done, so I'm starting to relax my hand as I'm writing. I'm like, yeah, I'm already done. may this be the good of all, everything. I look around and I'm still hearing flipping pages. I'm not allowed to turn around, so I look on my this angle. I don't know how to say it. I don't do math. And like I look around, all of them are genuinely flipping through the pages. They're all flipping through the pages. Some of them are literally rewriting some stuff. I don't know what they did. We never discussed it after. But like, I'm like, if I'm done right now, I could have genuinely been flipping through the pages as well and could add some more standing points. I don't know. So like, I look at them and at the same time I feel bad because I didn't really do that. I used my memory to fill my paper. But at the same time I also feel bad for them because they're actually wasting time on their books. And I don't know how bad it went. But honestly, they didn't really waste time because they allowed us to like stay back like 30 minutes more or something like that to finish our questions. I was already done, so I kept on cross-checking like a million times and they allowed me to leave the room. But like genuinely, that was done. I left oh my god, the feeling of being done with high school was given because like you're done with the paper. You know that as soon as you give that paper, they used to do us that little show, you know, the small show after submitting your papers, and the teacher just plays around with your papers and he puts it in that envelope and he makes it jump.
You can go.
Oh my god, we are all looking at this and this is like the last paper that they enveloped for me. And normally I'm supposed to stand up and go and be like, guys, I'm done with high school. No, you just sit down and this teacher is like,
so all of the students who are leaving today, come and get your exam cards and you are allowed to go.
oh my god, that feeling felt good. Cause like before that, they did it to us like in our English paper. And I had my friend, she was the only one leaving that day. They said it to her and she was so happy, and you cannot understand how happy she feels until it happens to you. I stood up like a pro. I was like, yeah. Nigga gave me the card. I honestly don't know where the card is. I was gonna do a video with it, but I just don't know where it is. And like, just holding that card feels good. Knowing that they took the worst picture you could ever have to put it in there. But let's not talk about it, right? They must have taken you like one of your ugliest pictures, but it's fine. No beef with the school or whatnot. But anyways, that happened. I'm done with high school. And yeah, I really didn't think about it that much. I took my computer, took a few videos, like these videos. Yeah, those videos, and like genuinely I didn't feel the hype at all. Like my last day was really not that special, and the few students who actually made it wholesome, they came to me. I was like, how does it feel? I'm like, I don't know what to feel. Literally, I just left the paper and I called it a day. But like, literally, who cares? I'm done with high school. I'm not gonna come back and eat your posho. I felt good. What happened? And my sisters came to school. Okay, let me give a shout out to my girl. Okay, Efrazi. This is the person that actually made my day that day. And like, she came that night. This girl, man, Efrazi, you always remain in my heart. Right here, not outside. Inside.